All right, people. So I'm going to give you guys a reaction video towards Everyone Hates Coca Cola's AI Christmas ad by Sam Does Art. Always have the original video in the description below. So without further ado, let's dive into this.
Oh, that guy is so dead. This guy right here, rest in peace. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he didn't make it. So every year when Christmas rolls around, Coca Cola is making one of these advertisements called The Holidays Are Coming. And they're getting tons of heat online right now because this advertisement for the past 2 years has been made with Gen AI. This is probably one of the most blatant and obvious uses of Gen AI by a mainstream large corporation. And judging from
This is their way of cutting corners. So think about the logistics of, because this is all done through prompting through AI, then you cut corners of hiring visual effects artists, right? Hiring a creative team, you just cut the cost. So Coca-Cola is moving in terms of how do we make a profit off of a commercial. Now, for most people, you don't wouldn't care, right? Why do you care? It's just a commercial. However, because it's a big Titan company, when they do something, guess what? Just like Apple, everybody else unfortunately will follow. Because if this becomes a success, and it's going to have a net worth, a net cost, I should say, because there are no creative team involved because it's all done through AI, then other people are going to copy and paste and do the same thing, which then will affect the workforce of people getting hired. So it's one of those things like the food chain. If you get rid of one animal that's in a lower pillar, everything else kind of goes chaotic. So that's what's, unfortunately, that's the pecking order of what's going on right now. So yeah.
the YouTube like and dislike ratio, I think people are pretty sick of this. All right, so let's take a look at this together and see how bad it really is. See if it deserves that 1 to 10 like to dislike ratio. Now, I'm going to mute this because there is copyrighted music.
Now, for the average viewer, they're gonna look at this and be like, "How is this AI?" Now, granted, at least they, out of legalities, they put legalities out of legal purposes. They actually put created by real magic AI. So they're showing proof, which is really small, like a small disclaimer that all of this was made, um, not real. This is all made through AI. No visual effects, no anything. Right. So let's continue.
But everything that you see here is created by real magic AI, according to Coca-Cola. Quite ironic, if you ask me. So there's the polar bears. You
Average
can see the
people is not
fur
going to
kind of like
notice the
shifting because
flaws.
of the Gen AI, and those are just like classic
Look
Gen
at
AI.
that. AI is getting better. Most people will not see, and then guess what? The disclaimer, right, that showed this is made through magic AI, it fades away. Most people are not going to see that. The opacity of it saying made through magic AI is very small. So it's there again, legal purposes. Look at the amount of detail that's generated through AI. You can't tell me that, oh, obviously this is AI. Most people are going to assume that this was made through visual effects.
AI artifacts. And honestly, all the animals here look a little bit uncanny, especially that panda just now. And that's, something to be
And again, from an artist perspective, I see where he's coming from. Average viewers is not going to care. They're going to look and be like, wow,
expected with Gen AI stuff. Look at
that
that
sloth
sloth.
looks
That's
off.
horrendous. Okay, so there's cranes in the Arctic.
You know what? I'm going to give the perspective. I'm going to try to, because I'm an artist as well, right? I'm going to try to give the perspective of an average viewer. And I'm also going to increase the settings to like high res, so I'm able to get a clearer shot.
And seals, again, pretty uncanny looking. Rabbits. Oh, Christ. Look at how they just kind of like merge out of the background.
It looks jittery. The dog's moving a little jittery. Average people is not going to care to see that. I
Okay,
mean,
AI
care
dogs,
to
trucks going through a
find the
town, AI
flaws.
squirrels. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there's a squirrel. Oh, look at that camera
Zoomed
movement.
out. Coca Cola. The only thing that had to be done by hand by a graphic designer was the use of After Effects of the Coca Cola warping in the logo, warping in, and real magic. That's the only thing that a human being had to implement. That was not made through AI because AI is still not sophisticated of getting details right consistently with typography. It gets all janky. So let's see it again so I can show you what I'm talking about. But I think um maybe they hired one or two visual effects to make sure the Coca-Cola logo is consistent. So literally they just use the bulk of it through AI and then they have to fine tune it with a human being going back in there. That's just my speculation.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. There's a squirrel. Oh, look at that camera.
See, that's the part where this is, and this could be just already an asset in their library that they just plug in through After Effects. Once the AI is done, they just plug this in there.
Camera movement.
But it was made by
Just
hand.
before we move on here, there's something that I saw that kind of concerned me. Yeah, right here. Look at these people. They're in.
See, again, I understand where he's coming from, but most people are not gonna pause because when you're watching a commercial, you're not gonna really look at the blurred background and be like, "Wow, these people are glued together. They're walking janky." No one's gonna really see that. Again,
In the
average viewer.
streets, the trucks are coming. Oh, that guy is so dead. This guy right here, rest in peace. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he didn't make it. Dude, what is going on here? And this child is getting
No
way
one
too
is paying attention. The focal point, the depth of field, are the squirrels, and then secondary are the Coca-Cola trucks, and then everything else is just encompasses around it being extremely blurry. No one's gonna really look at that, be like, "Whoa, that's off," and it's only happening in a few seconds. I understand it is AI, but commercial purposes and things are moving quick. No one's gonna really pick that up.
close to that second truck.
Most
These
people
people are
won't.
getting mowed down. That's fine. Let's add one more to the collection here. There you go. 19,000 already? Wait, did it? It was 17,000 a couple hours ago, I'm pretty sure. So that was pretty horrendous. And I think
Now, let me ask you guys a question in the comment section down below. If you did not know this was made through AI, would you dislike the commercial? Cause let's be real, if this was made organically and it had the same flaws, would it have the same dislike ratio? Let me know what you guys think down below.
what makes this even more horrendous is Coca-Cola's upper management deciding to double down on this. The company says they used even fewer people.
Okay, Coca-Cola's annual Christmas advert is AI generated again this year. The company says they use even fewer people to make it. Fewer people as in fewer creative team in order to develop this commercial, right? We need to keep moving forward and pushing the envelope. The genie is out of the bottle and you're not going to put it back in. 24.4 million impressions, as in like 24.4 million views, I mean, and that is insane. So they double down and just put it in lamest terms. We're using AI, we're cutting costs, we don't care, we don't want to hire a team, we just want less people to work on this so we can make the most amount of profit, just like what I said in the beginning.
To make it. Quote, we need to keep moving forward and pushing the envelope. The genie is out of the bottle and you're not going for Gen AI. And not just artists too. I think the
flexing that you even put more people out of a job is crazy, especially when it isn't some metaphorical genie and it is technology forcing slop onto people. Yeah. Now I'm going to give you guys a bit of a hot take. When it comes down to commercials, right? I really don't mind. I know I'm going to get a lot of dislikes. Hear me out first before you get all butthurt. Because usually commercials are only 10 seconds, 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds long of a runtime. Do you really need a large production team? Hundreds of people working on a 10 to 30 second commercial? Now I can understand if it's a movie or a TV show. No, you shouldn't use AI. Or even videos where it's like 15, like a short story, 15 minutes long, 10 minutes long, shouldn't be using AI. But a commercial, most people don't even care about looking at commercials nowadays, unfortunately, right? Ads, people don't really care. So if they're gonna implement AI, I'm not a fan of AI. I can. This doesn't really bother me. This is, but as an individual, this is not. I'm not making this into a huge big deal. Like, oh my god, look at this commercial. It's done by AI. Ugh, ugh. Like they're trying to sell you a product, and the fact that I'm not even sold about a product, why do I care if it's AI? So that's just my hot take. But let's continue.
General population, the more casual, average, everyday person is starting to get just as sick of AI slop as we are. Flexing that you put even more people out of a job is crazy, especially when this isn't some metaphorical genie and is a technology force.
Now, to again to play devil's advocate, I hate using that word. We don't know if people got their jobs lost. Now, if there's a actual information that's out there that they have downsized in Coca Cola, they downsized the company, they downsized the creative team, they downsized the marketing team, that's one thing. But if they just saying they're using fewer people, we cannot make the assumption that less people are working on it, which is the outcome of them laying off so many employees. We don't know, right? So we cannot have this false narrative because we are not a fan of AI.
Slop onto people. Absolute ass. And like, I love the energy here. The genie.
Where's the energy? What energy is this? This is just an image that they warped to try to like sell their emotion. But this is what you call a false emotion. Says, when did you really care about Coca Cola? Coca Cola, the product itself is unhealthy. Like, are you really? This is what you call it. Was it called virtual signaling? Whatever they call it. It's one of those things where it's like you're exaggerating just because everybody else is disliking something. So now you want to pull up your pitchforks, right? It's like it's just false. You don't really care. If this was all made by hand, you people wouldn't talk about it because it's irrelevant. But since it's AI and people talk about the how AI is all over the place, they're like, "Oh my god, this is it's just a commercial." Again, movies, I can understand. TV shows, I can understand. Content where it requires a lot of tender love and care because it takes so long to make, I understand. But to take so long for a 10 to 15-second commercial of Coca Cola. Now, I can understand if it's a 15-second of an ad where you need an actual model, right? It's a clothing ad. That's weird with AI. It needs a real person. Coca Cola is just a drink. I just I'm not vibing with it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you disagree, let me know down below.
Every single shot, and all of these shots transition after like 2 or 3 seconds. They don't let them play on the screen for that long.
They can't because it's AI. This is all AI. They cannot.
Because honestly, the longer you let some of these shots play out, the higher the chances of them looking absolutely uncanny and ridiculous.
Yeah, but then this is my disagreement with that. When do you actually watch a commercial over and over? It's like you hate watching. When people just hate watch, it's like if you don't like the commercial, just don't watch it. The commercial's job is to make you or compel you to buy the product. Even if this was done by hand, will I, as an individual, be compelled to drink Coca Cola? No. Do most people drink Coca Cola regardless of the commercial? Yes. If you have an issue with this new day and age of technology, watch the old ones. Watch the old legitimate visual effects of Saint Nick drinking soda and all of this stuff. I just don't really see this as a humongous like this needs to be canceled. Movies, shows, other aspects, yes. Coca Cola, nah, I don't really care for it. Coca Cola CEO James Quincy total compensation was approximately $28 million in 2024, with a base salary of. I don't care about this pocket watching. I'm gonna move forward, guys. All right, what else are people saying? Coca Cola's annual Christmas advert is AI generated again this year. The company says they use. Okay, we already read this part. Blah blah blah. Hey, remember the FedEx locked in commercial like this? Coke. Okay.
Just a fantastic looking animated commercial with like this awesome style. And you can
And then you got to look at the cost and profit. That is a fantastic animation. However, this is just a commercial. It's a commercial for FedEx. When seeing this, it's amazing. But is it really necessary? If you got the money for it, go right ahead. FedEx is a big company. This is not something they could do all the time. It's just one of those things where they try something different to captures people's attention. Most people are gonna look at it like, wow, that's a really good animation. Wow, that was FedEx. Cool. Then they on to the next. Because we live in a microwave society by being addicted to TikTok and other stuff in social media. So even though it was cool that they did that, I can also understand the other side of the coin, which is why do we need to if people are not getting the transaction of being compelled to buying the product? So we just cut corners, use AI.
tell this was made by a lot of animators, with a lot of love. 4 million views and 200,000 likes.
And this got, correct me, let me see, does this get less views than the Coca Cola? This is what, 556. Let me see, the Coca Cola. Coca Cola got 24.4 million views. Whether people are hate watching or not, that got more than double the amount of views than actual blood, sweat, and tears through this FedEx commercial.
Commercials like these, and there's just a fantastic looking animated commercial with like this awesome style, and you can tell this was
It
made
is a
by a lot of
great style.
animators, with a lot of love.
This
4
is
million
50 times way more advanced because this was done through a human touch, through a team, a creative team. At the same time, are you compelled to utilizing FedEx because of the commercial? Not really. It's great. Like watching certain animals in a zoo. That was cool. Now you on to the next. And nobody's really talking too much about this. And this came out November 3rd, 2025. And everybody's talking about Coca Cola.
views and 200,000 likes. Just tons and tons of support for stuff like this. This is the one thing that I'm noticing, especially with the surge of fake shit on the internet nowadays. Everyone seems to be moving back and gravitating towards things that are more authentic. It's not about production quality. It's not about...
Well, this is where I disagree. I mean, Coca Cola got 24.4 million views, and that one got 4.3. So if you just round it, 24 million over 4 million. And we're just going based upon X or whatever that was, right? That got 6 times more. 6 times more the amount of views. It's crazy. 6 times more. With fewer people implementing that commercial. While the other one, hard work. Think about it.
About technical perfection. It's authenticity. Someone replied to that post saying, I can do this too, with an AI generated video from...
Nah, that looks terrible. That looks terrible.
Grok. And this response is absolutely hilarious.
The only reason why they're able to do that because they're utilizing what's already existing. That's why. So same thing with the Coca Cola. They're utilizing their own intellectual property and utilizing it through AI. So that's like me making my artwork and then using AI over it. Will I personally do that? No. But I can understand the formula of putting it out, not formula, of prompting for AI by using it for commercial use only.
You can actually translate this to English, and you can see it doesn't change because it's hilarious. Here's someone's response to the original post.
Anyway, here are all the brands to avoid buying. Brands owned by Coca Cola. Good luck, because a lot of people love drinking juice and soda. So if you're that, and it's funny how people will start criticizing vegans, right? Like, you see, oh, look at these vegans, like they literally go above and beyond and don't even touch anything that's not animals. Well, it's no different. It's like I don't like Coca Cola because of an AI slop. So this is, fellas, you see all this right here? Avoid it at all costs. Because of a commercial that's AI? Crazy. I know I'm gonna get dislikes. It's okay. We're human beings, right? But at least explain in the comment section below my opinion in terms of why do you disagree with my opinion, right? I don't really see this as a big deal. Touch grass. I don't drink Coca Cola, me personally. If you drink Coca Cola, does this, for the people who drink Coca Cola, does this really messes up your lifestyle with Coca Cola that because they use AI, you're heartbroken and you will never try any of these products right here? No Minute Maid, no Sprite, no Diet Coke, no Fanta. I don't know the others. I don't think I. Oh, Dasani, you ain't gonna drink water?
Post
Okay.
on X. Anyway, here are all the brands to avoid buying. Brands owned by Coca Cola. This is so funny to me because, you know, despite the fact that people like to
Funny
say
how they put this up here, and guess what? They're gonna still consume Coca Cola products. They just doing it for the views. But let's continue this. All right, they really probably must have the
it's
same
money.
thing.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
that one got 20.
Oh my God.
Did
Instead
it
of
just
doing
go
that,
up? It
Coca
got
Cola is like, no,
25.3
we're going to
million.
put in no money and we're going to make less money. Oh my God. Oh my God, huge brain move. That's what kind of 4D chess? So the AI generated Christmas ad of 2024 got a ratio of a little bit less than 1 to 10. Okay, there was a little bit more likes back then, but the ratio on this new one is just getting so much worse. Like, people do not like this. It's just very baffling to me because the CEO of this company and all the other executives in charge must be so out of touch with the average person to decide to, you know, push forward with the campaign.
I mean, I understand, but I think it's not that big of a deal. It's just an AI commercial for soda. For those people out there who's nostalgia over the old Coca Cola, you know, they had visual effects artists doing amazing work. If this is their pivot, this is their pivot. If you want to really make a mover or shaker, then if majority of people, the dislike doesn't signify anything. What signifies a lot is hitting them with their pockets. So if majority of people decide, you know what, I'm not gonna buy any Coca-Cola products, good luck with that because you're not gonna do it. And even if you stop doing it, other people are going to consume the products. Doesn't change anything. It makes you feel better. It's a placebo, but it's a placebo at best.
Campaign like this. I would have to imagine the negative press and like some of the intangible elements like the brand perception, as well as just people
Yeah, that panda does look, but I can tell
actively
most people
saying,
don't
hey,
wouldn't
instead of
care.
buying Coke, I'm going to go to your competitor now.
The biggest aspect of it is literally just the Coca-Cola logo being slapped onto the red trucks. If the Coca-Cola logo looks janky, looks off, looks uncanny, looks weird, that will then, as an average viewer, that will take them out of it. Like, wait a minute, why does the logo look like that? Because we're so used to the iconic logo that if it's janky, it will take you out of watching the commercial. But it's not, because they had to have an actual visual effects artist or whoever to make sure it's consistent. So again, I don't think it's a big deal. Let's read what people are saying. It's a great moment for Pepsi to step up with a very human-made advertising. That is true. That is true, and hopefully they can make a profit, right? I'm just tired of big companies telling us we want more AI. They cut in corners, man. It is what it is. Let's see here. I didn't notice it at first, but it's awfully poetic. Regular people getting crushed by an unstoppable force of corporate greed. Okay. What concerns me more aside this AI slop is how the F did they think Panda exists in the middle of a Arctic area? That is true. That I they just added just a bunch of random animals. Like, why would a panda be there? That is, yeah, yeah. They're not wrong for that. I'll read one more. I love how AI doesn't understand physics or driving rules, so it's just puts all the trucks in the middle of the lanes for no reason. Most people won't even care. Have you seen Fast Furious, right? Or Fast 7 and above? Physics don't even matter. And that was made through visual effects artists and not AI. I it's get AI is definitely it's improving compared to last time. I don't fear AI. It's just a tool. I just personally look at it like whatever. I'm in my own lane. Speaking of lane, right? No pun intended. I'm in my own lane. Right? So that's that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to throw suggestions of content you want me to react to. I always will have the what is it called again? That part. What is it? Whatever that thing is called, where you are able to collaborate. There we go, the collaboration feature. So every time from now on, I'm taking advantage of that. This channel is more of me just doing reaction commentary, and then sometimes I will go live and just draw with a ballpoint pen. So if you want actual original content where I'm having fun, doing like wrestling, making original character designs, go check that out. That is my second channel. All right. I will have it in every single video with collaborations. Right. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.